Welcome to our CFMC pop-up grant video. Today, we are excited to welcome Sabrina, who is the Executive Director at the Fort at Number 4 in Charlestown, New Hampshire. Congratulations, Sabrina, on your organization being nominated for a pop-up grant.
Yay.
Woo. So this grant was made possible by Whelan Engineering. We do have a partnership with Whelan on their pop-up grant initiative, where their employees at both division sites in Chester, Connecticut and Charlestown, New Hampshire nominate their favorite nonprofit for a chance to be selected at a small surprise pop-up grant through this initiative. So we're excited to have you here today, and we would be remiss to not extend a big thank you to our nominator as well, Harold Smith. He was sorry that he wasn't able to join us, but did extend his deep appreciation for the Fort at Number 4 and the great programs you offer to educate the people about the history in your area, and really mentioned a lot of the great programs. So on that note, I would love to give you the chance to just sort of tell us a bit about the Fort at Number 4.
Sure. Well, thank you for having me. First of all, this is just wonderful. The Fort at Number 4, it's an open air museum and a historic landmark. It replicates the original 1744 settlement of Charlestown, Vermont. New Hampshire. I actually live in Vermont. So the Fort was the westernmost and westernmost town within the British colonies in North America from the years 1735 to 1760. So we really were at the edge of the wilderness. We are an independent nonprofit organization. We do not receive any state or federal funding. So we're incredibly appreciative of opportunities like this. Thank you for Whelan Industries for providing this opportunity, and for Harold Smith for nominating us. It's just spectacular.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's fabulous. And from looking on your website and just seeing the various programs you offer to school groups and the tours and everything, I feel like a lot of people can agree that those type of interactive experiences growing up tend to be the most formative and really just offer a lot and allow our youth to really absorb the history that way. What is your favorite thing about the Fort Number 4 and working there?
Well, that's probably a tricky question for me. I love so many things about the Fort. And I first came to it in the 80s as a reenactor myself. And I really did simply fall in love with the site, the situation, the people there. And obviously I'm here many decades later. So I really love that the Fort helps to bring history alive. And it connects us, I think, with a deeper understanding and appreciation of the people who came before us, of the skills they had to have, and, of what they were able to overcome to make, it is what it is today. So that's, I think, in a nutshell, single thing, but it's just the overall experience.
When visitors come, what's the most surprising thing that comes out of their mouth after being at the Fort?
It really depends on the age, I think. And so
yes.
a lot of school children are surprised at how much work is involved in just day-to-day activities, and how much women were involved in creating history, because often that's kind of forgotten. And a lot of adults just really love the interactiveness, and they'll often say, oh my gosh, my grandmother had that very thing that you're displaying. So it brings them back to a moment in their own history that they can connect to.
And Sabrina, are your reenactment, are they more like scheduled programs, or do you actually have volunteers and staff that are on a daily basis going through what life was like when the Fort was at its height?
Great question. And there are a lot of components to what we offer. So we do have reenactment weekends where there is a representation of a battle. For example, the French and Indian War or the Revolutionary War. And then we have living history weekends where you'll see an actual glimpse of a lifestyle of someone from a specific location. Like we might show you how to fire a cannon. You don't get to fire the cannon, but they'll show you how it's done. We also have a special weekend, right? We have a special weekend where it's Women of the Fort, where you can see all of the different components that women would have needed to, complete and do and learn and study to just be able to live as they lived during that time period. So there's lots of different components, and when we have school tours, it's a completely separate reality because we'll have tours come into what we might call a station, and depending on the volunteers that we do have available, they might learn about cooking. They might learn about how to the components of making fibers so they can weave cloth so that they can have their own clothing, or they might learn about the militia of the area. Sometimes we have a blacksmith who comes in. All of the people who do come in as presenters, they are all volunteers, and we're so thankful for them and the time and the energy invested that they want to just share these skills, this knowledge, and they want to come to the fort and be a part of us. It's just a wonderful community, really.
Sabrina, it sounds so exciting. And when I went on your website and, we're looking around, I'm like, this is so exciting. I want to come and see your fort. And I love that you have the Women Weekend. That would be so exciting to see.
If you count all of the volunteers who are reenactors or living historians, we have upwards to 300. But on a regular basis, if you come into the fort, we probably have anywhere between 5 to 15. We're always looking for more volunteers. If people want to learn some skills, or if they have skills they want to share with the public, we're always open to having you come in and fill out that volunteer form and see what we can do with that. So, yeah, we're just really excited, and most of us do love history. You've really got to have a passion for it, and hopefully we can share that passion with others as we talk about it, live it, and demonstrate it for you.
To carry forward what the school children learned when they come to your fort, pardon me, do you have school packets that the teachers get pre and post so that there's a continuation of learning?
We do have on our website a bunch of different lesson plans that teachers can download. So we don't hand them out at the fort, but we do have them completely accessible on the webpage. And that's usually a good way for them to continue with that. Most school groups, when they come in, they've already had a small lesson plan regarding the history of the area. So there's at least a little bit of prep before and a follow-up afterwards.
I think that's great.
Yeah,
Just keep
that's
the excitement going.
Yeah, a round of applause to, of course, Wheelan Engineering for making this grant possible, and to you, the Fort at number 4, for all of you do and the resource that you are to the community. So congratulations, Sabrina, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you,
Thank you
Sabrina.
so very much.